Hello, fellow followers, and welcome to the Physical Media Show here on FanZcene. Tonight with me is Runner. Not sure yet on Tom. Haven't heard back from him, but we'll let you know if he manages to show up. Sometimes Tom is a very busy man, and he does a lot of work, and sometimes he just needs some rest. So, welcome, Runner. How's it been?
It's been all right. School is done, and I'm just chilling at home.
Nice.
And also doing, work around my job too. But I have a day off today, so yeah, it's pretty nice.
Very talkative.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's it. So I guess we'll get into some stuff. There's not too much news to go around here lately.
There's been some stuff lately, actually.
Not too much new stuff here lately.
Yeah,
I know we will be getting Poltergeist on 4K, which is going to be really cool. No word on their U.S. release date yet. It is available pre-order in Sweden, so which means we'll probably get it out around the same time, around October, is what I'm hearing. So that's pretty cool. I don't think there's much more that I saw.
I was listening to what is it 4K for You and
with Tom and Andre
and
Tom
Tom, Andre, Valiant, and Tom was saying that pretty soon Army of Darkness might come to 4K, so that excites me.
Yeah, I've been hearing that Army of Darkness will probably get a 4K. Well, right now, Shout Factory is having a steelbook sale.
That's right. They are.
That's right. So they're selling some of their steelbooks if you want to get some of those. And I would say, and like I've heard Dawn of the Disc and them say that, most of those have 4K transfers, and if they're selling them off like that, more than likely those 4K, the ones that have 4K transfers, will get a 4K. And Army of Darkness is one of those that has a steelbook and a 4K transfer. So,
aren't the steelbooks sold out for Army of Darkness?
Yeah, I do believe that one is sold out. That's not on the sale, but that pertains to it.
No, I think you can get Dances with Wolves and
Dances with Wolves and
I think that
Battle Beyond the Stars.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. Battle Beyond the Stars.
That's a good
one.
Well. That's a Roger Corman one. That's a good one. Brian Barth, not really sure where Tom is. I've sent him a couple messages. More than likely he's asleep. So
they also announced so far the first 3 Friday the 13th movies on 4K.
Yeah, well, the only official one I've seen is the first one. I haven't seen the other two be announced.
Well, no, the third, part 3. I'm looking through. I mean, I don't know if it's. I'm not saying that this is credible, but it's from the Disc Father. So
yeah, I've actually heard some things about the Disc Father, so I'm not really sure.
but for sure, the first one is.
Yes, the first one is for sure getting 4K. I got a video out on that.
The Truman
That's true.
Show?
That's true, Sika. Fake news. Tom doesn't sleep. So
yeah, no kidding.
We'll see. We'll see about that. And real quick, I'm gonna say hell to the people in the chat. To Brian Barth, Anthony Draven, Sika. I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, I apologize. And Randall Brad Creator, if I didn't say you, and I saw Cosmic Squirrel was here earlier, and to everybody watching. So yeah, is there any other stuff?
I'm looking. There's not a whole lot.
I know I saw I Spit on Your Grave is getting
Cyborg, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. I guess
it's getting another release.
No, it's 4K.
Oh, from where?
It doesn't say where.
Oh, because I know Shout Factory has that has released that before.
Yeah, Shout Factory released
it not on 4K on Blu-ray. Yeah.
Red Sonja. Did we talk about that one?
We talked about Red Sonja last week.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't too sure. The Killing, Stanley Kubrick movie.
Oh.
By Kino Lorber.
Yeah, that's cool.
4K.
I haven't heard that one.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force is getting a DVD set.
I've heard that one. Hell, Dan Blackroy, thank you. Everybody's doing that new thing. So
yeah, I did it recently too, and I saw Greg's. I'm like, you know what? I do look a little bit younger. This picture was taken last year. This is around This was around the time I graduated high school. So
He's
yeah.
only 9 years old, so
Fuck you, you asshole. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Light is
yeah,
getting a 4K
I heard
release
that's
from
getting
Kino.
4K.
Yeah, from Kino Lorber. It's
Yeah.
an alright movie.
Yeah, I know a lot of people like it. It's one of the Jim Carrey's more serious ones, and a lot of people really dig that.
Yeah, this is like his more serious. Well, here's the thing. I watched, that was the last movie I watched in my film class. Looks like the kid from. Why does everyone keep saying that?
Because you look like the kid from Cobra Kai.
Yeah, but who? Who does he think I'm talking about?
The new kid, the Ada kid.
The new kid? No. No, he's not a new kid. He was in the first season.
Oh, I wasn't talking about that guy. I'm talking about the new kid they just added, the little kid.
What, the black kid? No.
Ronnie, you look like the kid. I already showed that one. What's up, Horror Mike? Hope you're having fun at MegaCon, man. Say hello to the geeks and gamers for me, bro.
Yeah, he's talking about Robbie, you idiot.
Yeah, I wasn't going to give you that compliment.
Hey, fuck, dude! Literally, a lot of people in our circle has been saying, like, you look like Robbie from Cobra Kai, and I'm like, really? And I'm like, yeah, I could kind of see it.
Yeah, I can't.
You think that's a compliment?
It depends on who you ask.
Because I was gonna say, like some people aren't huge fans of Robbie.
No, he didn't have a very good arc the first 2 seasons. So
no, I didn't mind him. I didn't hate him. I actually thought he was all right the first 2 seasons, and yeah, his arc was better in 3.
Yeah,
or not 3. 4 as well. I thought he was pretty good in.
Yeah. But I think that's about it on the new releases. And like I was saying, coming from overseas is I Spit on Your Grave, the original 4K Ultimate 3-disc collection. It's going to have the original movie, and I can't remember if it's the sequels or whatnot's coming on it.
Did we talk about Event Horizon on 4K?
Yeah, well, we talked about that last week.
Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise and
I don't care about that.
I haven't seen it. I've heard it's good.
So, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow, my Horror Mike. Tomorrow, have fun down there, MegCon. Like I said, say hello to all the geeks and gamers for me, man.
Yeah. I really wish I was there, man, but I got shit to do.
Yeah, but there's that, and so I think we'll go ahead and get started with the picks. Hopefully, I'll try to get a hold of Tom. Everybody, just for anybody that's come to see Tom, I know he's usually here with us. But yes, sometimes Tom does sleep. Believe it or not, he does sleep. So hopefully that doesn't diminish your enjoyment. Me and Renner, we've done this before by ourselves, so let's get to it.
Yeah, we do an all right job.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on a second. Peacemaker's getting a Blu-ray release for season 1?
Sure, probably it is. Most of the time they release those, yeah.
Okay.
I'll have to check it out, Random Brad. I'm not a huge Tom Cruise fan, and some of his newer stuff I don't like too much, but I did hear that the sci-fi in that is pretty good. So
I mean, I like Tom Cruise. I know he's kind of like crazy, but like I like a lot of the stuff he's in.
I liked a lot of his earlier work in the 80s and stuff, but a lot of his newer stuff kind of gets redundant.
Well, I mean, 80s Tom Cruise was like peak Tom Cruise, but like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm excited for Top Gun.
I mean, like the first 4 Mission Impossibles were pretty good, and then they kind of.
I've only seen the first one. I need to see the other one.
First one's the best, as far as I'm concerned.
Really?
Yes.
Most people say the sequels after that were better.
The first one, I mean, it was directed by who was that? It was
Brian
like
De Palma.
famous director. Yeah, Brian De Palma, and it's a very good mystery, and it's got John Voight in it, so that's pretty good.
Tom Cruise's his best 2 performances that I've seen him in are either in Tropic Thunder or Rain Man.
Yeah.
Probably Tropic Thunder, but Rain Man's a close second. Like you can't argue that.
Yeah. But let's get started. Let's get started. Like I said, I'll try to reach out to Tom one more time, guys. Let's see if he shows up. So, Runner, what do you got for your first pick of the night?
Sorry, I was looking at Bryant Barth's comment. He was talking about Francis Ford Coppola's Megapolis thing, and it's guess it's being filmed in August. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I've heard it. It's got a good cast to it too.
Yeah, it's a cast I found very unexpected. Like especially what's her name in the Spider-Man movies.
Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya, the Tom Holland ones. I was very fucking surprised she was being cast in a fucking Francis Ford Coppola movie. I was like, really?
Yeah.
It's
Well, she's
weird.
she's the it girl right now. Hell, Victor Fontaine.
Well, I know, but I knew her from like her popularity in like Disney Channel and shit. Now she's in a Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
Well, let's see what you got for your first pick of the night.
All right, so my first pick is it's actually a how do I explain this movie? It's an indie film. It's an indie sci-fi film. It's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. I'm not sure if Greg's a fan of this or if he's even seen it. It got an Academy Award. It was an Academy Award winner for Best Visual Effects.
Shit.
Huh?
I don't know. Waiting.
It's not shit. It's actually pretty good movie. It's by A24, the studio that did like The Lighthouse and that new Everyone Everywhere All at Once movie. It stars the chick, I forgot her name. I don't know. She played Laura Croft in the new Tomb Raider, and Oscar Isaac's in this too. It's Ex Machina.
Oh, Ex Machina. No, I've not seen it, but I've heard about it.
It's pretty good.
I've actually heard it's pretty good.
It's really good actually.
What's up, Sean? Welcome.
I'll say this, it's kind of a slow build up at first, but you know,
was that directed by Danny Boyle?
No, it's directed by what's his name? Alex Garland or something.
Oh, Alex Garland. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Alex
I've
Garland.
heard good things about that. I know, like Alicia Vikander. Yeah, she plays the robot.
Donald Gleason's in it too. He's actually really good. Yeah, that's her name.
Yeah, Alicia Vikander.
She's the AI chick. It was super hot in it, actually.
Yeah. And Dan Blackwood makes it. It's on the case, Runner. You should have known her name. It's like right there.
No, my bad. I didn't think about that. I've had a long day.
Yes, HVP. It's a 2-man crew tonight, unless we can get a hold of Tom.
Yeah, cut me some slack. I've had a long day.
What's up, Sean Crummel? Welcome, and hell to everybody in the chat hanging with us. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I've heard about it. I know it's about the guy. He like comes to his boss's house, and he's making.
So
is it his boss, or is he like went a trip or something?
Well, okay, so this you're kind of close. So like basically, Donald Gleason's character basically like wins something, like just by like doing whatever work he's doing in the computer, and then it's like an invite to Oscar Isaac's place, and he's basically there just to like look at the AI stuff and all the technology, and it's like they start like these two dudes just start to like bond and stuff, but then this AI chick is like, hey, I gotta get out of here, this man is evil and all that, and yeah, it's really, really fucking good. It's a little bit of a slow burn at first, but then it starts getting a lot more interesting. It's like a mystery almost. It's like it's like you don't know like who's actually the bad guy. You don't know if she's trying to trick him because she's evil or if that dude's evil. I don't remember the dance, but I know what you're talking about, because there's some other like AI chick who's like Asian. She looks super hot too. I
think we know Runner's future. He's going to figure out how to make robot chicks because they're super hot.
Well, no, like some of them are like nude in it. It's fucking
no, really.
I was gonna say I knew that'd get your attention, but the main character, like she basically, well, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil it, because I do want to watch it. I've actually been meaning to watch it for a while.
I can't spoil it. But yes, there's nudity. They're robots, but they're nude in it.
Yeah, I
So I
get
don't
you.
know.
Well, they're like real women, but they're
Yeah,
like
it's
wear the
exact.
green suit and stuff
See,
and all that.
that's what's weird. It's like they're actually real, like women, like they're real actors, but like but in the movie they're fake, so it's really fucking weird. It's a trippy movie at times.
Yeah.
It's really good though.
I've heard it's good. I've heard good things about it. So yeah, I definitely want to check that one out.
It's
It's
def
actually been on my list for quite some time.
it's definitely one of those movies where it's like if you want to make a low budget sci-fi film, like if you like want to be an indie creator, I would say definitely watch that movie.
Yeah. And H3P, it's that new app they got that's going around that supposedly the Russians have control of that make these pictures. So
Russians?
yeah, supposedly the Russians have made the app that makes these pictures.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And Victor Fontaine says, "Yeah, Alex Garland directed Ex Machina. Yeah, I think he said it right. Then
Ex
his next
Machina.
film,
Ex Machina.
Annihilation. Yeah, Ex Machina. And then his next film, Annihilation, wasn't very good. You know, I've heard Annihilation wasn't very good at all.
I heard it wasn't very good either. I think wasn't that A24 as well?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
I think
What's
that
up,
movie.
Stephen Luther?
That movie has what's her name, Natalie Portman.
Yeah, Natalie Portman's in it.
And then when I heard Tessa Thompson was in it, I'm just like, yeah, no thanks.
I heard it was not as. Some people like it, and I've heard some people don't like it at all. So
yeah,
it's never been one that I've really wanted to see. So
I'll watch it just out of curiosity, but like, it's not like one I'm dying to see, you know.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, in terms of like Tessa Thompson, the only thing I like thought she was fine in was Creed, and that's it.
Even in Creed, she's not even that great, but she's.
I mean, I'm not
probably the best thing she's been in.
That's what I'm saying. That's the best thing she's been in.
Yeah. So
like I'm not saying she's likable, but in like everything else, it's like I don't like her in anything else. plus she's a shitty person in real life, but I'm not going to get into
That's what I hear. I hear she's not a very good person. But
no,
I don't know. I don't really look into Hollywood people, to be honest. So
yeah.
But I've heard
King Valkyrie, everyone.
I guess I'll go with my first pick of the night, which deals with something we talked about. Not really. I don't really care either way. I mean, I think Amber Heard is a horrible person, and I hope Johnny Depp wins.
Yeah,
but I don't really.
That's exactly where I'm at.
I haven't really watched it.
I mean, I've been watching, like, I sometimes lurk on Nick Rekieta's streams because I do like his coverage sometimes, but I'm not like huge into like law and all that shit and court.
Well, I just don't really care about Hollywood people, so.
I mean, me neither. But I do hope Johnny Depp wins.
Yeah, I do. I do hope Johnny Depp wins.
Amber Heard's a shit person.
So yeah.
And did you hear that like they're trying to like cut her role down in Aquaman 2?
Yeah, they've already cut it down to 10 minutes, so we'll see if they
think you know what they should do? They should just do they should just get another actress and like have her like act in green screens and just like
it wouldn't would not surprise me if they managed to do something like that. Now it's a little too late for the Flash. They're not going to do nothing with the Ezra Miller till after the movie comes out.
No, they couldn't do that, but they can do that for Amber Heard.
They could. I would never say never that they remove her completely from the film.
Well, they did that in what's that? I know you don't like when Army of the Dead. I know you don't. I know
they did that with that chick.
Tig Notaro was supposed to be some dude actor, but he got Me Too'd or something, and they did like a green screen thing to replace him with her. I feel like they should do something like that.
It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me, especially with the Discovery taking it over and that guy cleaning house. He's giving the boot pretty hard. So
yeah,
I agree.
I'm
sake. I hope he does get justice.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what Warner Brothers Discovery has planned, because there's a recent picture of like all of like like some of the people working there, and it's like it was funny. Like one person tweeted like, "No Toby Emmerich or Walter Hamada in sight." It's like they have to be gone, man.
Eventually, yeah.
Like those two, like those are like the two out of the three like juggernauts who have like destroyed Warner Brothers, especially
Right.
Toby Emmerich.
Yeah. But moving on to my first pick of the night.
All right.
This goes along with what we talked about earlier because I'm excited for the 4K to see what the 4K looks like. But I have for you tonight first the original Poltergeist, the Blu-ray that they put out. Warner Brothers, speaking of Warner Brothers, put out a while back. It does contain a digital transfer from regenerated picture elements because the transfer is not that great on this. I mean, it's clear, it plays good for anybody that's like, just got like a Blu-ray player and stuff and doesn't really know all the how they do transfers and stuff. It'll play great, but this transfer is not that good at all. So I'm really interested to see exactly on the 4K transfer that they got coming out what it looks like, because Poltergeist is a great flick. It's an all-time classic. Tobe Hooper film, Steven Spielberg produced it, and I don't care what anybody says. I've listened to Joe Bob, I've listened to so many people. Tobe Hooper directed this film. It was not Steven Spielberg, like some people have said. And this one, I do hope they transfer the special features, certain special features they have on this to the 4K. It has a documentary in 2 parts, Science of the Spirits and Communing with the Dead. So that'd be pretty cool if they transferred that over. And I'm hoping we actually get some special features on the 4K, other than just like, I'm sure you'll talk about when you bring up your 4K, other than just the 4K of the movie. So yeah, if you've not seen Poltergeist, they're here. It's a great flick. Family moves into this new home, and they are unaware that their home is and their neighborhood is actually built on an old Indian burial ground. And they didn't move the dead bodies; they just moved the headstones. And so, like, all kinds of creepy ghost and poltergeist activities happens. And it's just a great scary flick of the '80s. It's still scary to this day. It holds up. Uh, so I'm
It's a
sure
movie I still need to see.
You still haven't seen it.
No.
Oh man, you got to see it. It's an all-time classic.
I probably would now just because school's out and I have more time.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think you'd really enjoy the original Poltergeist. I may or may not pick up that Scream Factory of Cursed. I didn't really like the movie Cursed. I think the original Wes Craven version that we were going to get would have been 100 times better than what it became. So
why don't they release that cut?
Because it was never finished. The ending was never filmed of the original cut, so it wouldn't be a full cut.
So you'd still get the ending.
I mean, there's a lot of footage that they've never ever released. It was filmed for almost like 4 years straight, and they've changed it constantly. So there's like tons of footage of the film that we'll never see. Yeah. People think Spielberg directed Poltergeist, Brian Barth, because he was constantly on the set overseeing everything. And there was just like for whatever reason, there's a rumor that Spielberg kept interfering with Tobe Hooper's direction and was trying to make it more like a Spielberg-esque movie, when that's just not true. What it was, they were just talking. They were good friends. They were collaborating. And Tobe Hooper directed this film. And if you... He did. All you really got to do is listen to Joe Bob Briggs. He's talked about this and look into it, and you'll see that Tobe Hooper directed this film, plain and simple. And the sequels, like the second one's all right. The third one is not the greatest, especially with what happens to the little girl. The sad thing with that, how she passed away, and then how they finished it and stuff. It's actually, if you ever watch the TV show Cursed Films on Shudder, they talk about Poltergeist 3 and everything that went down, I believe. I think that was one of them. Or that could be from the In Search of Darkness documentary. I've seen so much stuff.
Dude, you know when
exactly.
Do you know when the In Search of Tomorrow Blu-ray gets shipped?
I've heard around June. But then,
nice.
wait, you bought it on the sale, right?
I don't know when I bought it. I think I got it.
I know around June. The Kickstarter people get it around June.
Okay.
So I would assume that's probably when everything. The Kickstarter people probably get it first, and then it'll be followed by everybody else.
If it helps, I used the link you used on one of your videos.
Yeah, that helped me. It got me some money. So
Yeah, no problem. I mean, I know it did because you like say it in your your videos, like, oh,
Yeah.
if you click the link there and you get it, it
Yeah.
helps me.
So
And I'm
just
like,
remember, if you ever see anything about In Search of Darkness or Tomorrow on here, and I say click link, that helps my channel. So.
I really wish I got the In Search of Darkness stuff, but I can only I can only watch it through like digital, right?
Yeah, I think I don't know.
Because I looked it
Yeah,
up
you
and
can
it's
watch
like,
it on Shudder.
oh, no kidding.
In Search of
Awesome.
Darkness 1 and 2 are on Shudder.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I have the was it the 30-day trial thing
they
for
usually
sure,
give you like a 3-month trial
or maybe it's a 3-month trial, whatever. I got it when
if
I
you bought.
got what's that movie with Martin Cove and Stephen Lang? I got the
Oh yeah,
VFW.
VFW.
It
Yeah, yeah,
came with a trial code, so
yeah.
I might use that.
Shudder's really good at. I know this is the physical media show, and I talk physical media, but I support Shudder and I support Full Moon Features streaming services.
Well, Shutter
So
does physical media, so
Shudder does physical media, and so does Full Moon Features.
technically it counts.
Yes, so Spielberg wrote and produced it. He didn't direct it. That's true. Victor Fontaine. Both the daughters were great young actresses. Yeah, that's why the whole movie's got the whole little curse thing about it. That's why it's talked about. They talk about on cursed films on Shudder. They talk about the first Poltergeist, and they talk about a little bit about what happened in the later ones. Yeah, because there's a rumor that the first Poltergeist film is cursed because the two daughters were, the one daughter was killed, and then the little girl died of a disease, and then because of everything that happened on the set and what they were messing with and stuff. So yeah, there's a little thing behind it. Great film. Greetings, Martin. Welcome.
What's up, Martin?
Hail, Tyrell72. Glad you're here too.
What's up?
Yeah. Dominic Dunn has some great, really low key jokes, lines, and great reactions of the mother. Yeah, he does. It's good. The motel line is hilarious. Yep. Curse of Poltergeist. Yeah, it's been supposedly. You never know. My parents used to drag me out of the house, all the horror stuff at the very early age. I'm a little bit unstable. Well, aren't we all? That was Dominic Dunn's daughter who was killed. Yeah. But yeah, if you've not seen it, you'll like Poltergeist. And yes, I do recommend Shudder, and I do recommend Full Moon Full Moon Features. I'm sorry, as streaming services. So yeah. And like I said, if you missed out on In Search of Darkness 1 and 2, they are on Shudder. So there you go for that. So what do you got, Runner, for your next pick of the night?
All right, so my next pick is another sci-fi film. It's one I watched recently. Most people like it. I liked it too. I just don't think it's as impressive as some people make it out to be. Like it's a decent film. There was just nothing really new to it. And you might agree with me on this, Greg, but I could be wrong. Like this might be one of those takes I have that you might align with me. And it's a Vin Diesel movie, and it's probably his best performance, and that is Pitch Black.
Oh, I love Pitch Black. I like the first one. I own all of them.
Okay, yeah, this is the 4K Arrow.
Yeah, I don't have the 4K Arrow, but I have like the box set of 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Wait, what aren't the sequels just like prequels?
No, they're sequels.
Oh, they're legit okay, because
they're legit sequels.
Because isn't there like a prequel or something called Riddick that's like about Vin Diesel's character?
They're all about Riddick, and it just continues his story after the first one.
Oh, I thought those were prequel. I don't know.
No, they're not prequels. They're sequels.
Okay. I thought they were prequels.
No, they're not prequels at all. The second one, the Chronicles of Riddick, it picks up years later after Pitch Black. And the little girl is all grown up, and it's kind of what it tried to go like really big and really over the top with it, like a big, huge blockbuster, and it didn't do too well. And it's all right. It's not the best. And then the other one, I can't remember what the third one's called. think third one's just called Riddick. Yeah, it's just called Riddick. It tries to go back to the Pitch Black formula,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very much in that vein, and it's a lot smaller, low key, and it's probably the better of the sequels.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, but I like it. I don't like it as much as most people. That's probably just me. Like, I enjoy it, but I didn't find it as impressive as some other people because it just feels like I've seen things like the things I saw in this movie. I feel like I've seen in other movies.
Well, you probably saw them in other movies after that movie. Because
I'm
the
talking
first
about
one
before.
is a classic film. It's pretty darn good,
No,
and
it's
it's pretty
good.
scary.
No, it's good. I like it as a horror sci-fi. It's not my favorite horror sci-fi film.
Yeah, it's
Like
pretty. It's a good one though.
like the best horror sci-fi film, honestly, as of now, is The Thing for me. John
Oh yeah,
Carpenter's The
okay, okay.
Thing. That's
That's
the
good.
best horror sci-fi film.
It's pretty cool what Dan Blackwood says here. His film school teacher for directing is in Riddick. He plays the wine enthusiast in Paris.
Is it in Riddick or
Is that in Riddick or is that in the
Pitch
sequel? Or
Pitch Black?
yeah, I'm not sure which one he's talking about there.
Yeah,
But isn't it
I'm
a
not
good
sure.
pick? Yes, they made a prequel video game called Butcher Bay, and they also made a prequel anime called Dark Fury. And yes, the third one is cool, and Katie Sackhoff does go topless, and they're nice. So
Oh, nice. That's cool.
yes, yes, and Dave Bautista is in that one too.
Oh,
Yeah. Got a lot of behind the scenes stories from Pitch Black. Finn was a diva. Oh yeah, yeah. So he was talking about that.
okay. I mean, that's nothing really new. Like, there's a reason why the director for, was it Fast 10 or whatever it is, left the project.
About what? About Vin Diesel?
Yeah,
Oh,
Vin
being a
Diesel.
diva. Yeah.
Well, not so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the director said he left because he was like lazy and he like never showed up on time or something along those lines. And then there was like a recent picture of him where he's like fat as fuck. It's like,
Yeah, well, even that's what The Rock even not said about him. The Rock is, got into it with him, and was it The Rock? I
no,
believe he.
the Rock and Vin Diesel hate each other.
Yeah, they hate each other. I think it was Rock who once said that all he does is work out his arms to make him look like he's, got the muscles. So the rest of it, he's built for show, not for go. Yeah. But yeah, the Dark Fury, the anime is actually pretty cool too. But I like Riddick. I think Riddick is a really good sci-fi, creepy, scary, like sci-fi horror flick. Does really well. The second one's a little overblown, over the top, but if you take it as just like a big budget action film, it's not too bad. And then the third one is definitely much more like Pitch Black, and it gets back to like more simple basic. It's basics, and Carl Urban is in the second and the third one. So
Oh, that's a good cast.
yeah, it's got good cast people. It's just
Like,
depends on Vin Diesel.
I mean, the only two like the only two actors I know in in this movie I showed is obviously Vin Diesel and Keith David.
Yeah,
Keith
they're
David was
good
in
in
it
it.
too.
Yeah, he's in the second one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, Keith did it for a little bit, not the whole time, but he's in the second one. Yeah, but
Got
yeah,
it.
I like Riddick. And how's the 4K look on that one? Because like I said, I got the
It it
Blu-ray set
it
of all
it,
three of them.
it looks pretty good.
Yeah,
It comes with both the theatrical and director's cut too. So I don't know. I watched the theatrical cut.
director's cut's pretty good. It's not too much different. So
Yeah, I assume so.
yeah, that's a good pick though. The Rock has the cred to call out all the Hollywood phonies. Dude has hardcore football player. Yeah, he was. That's what he said. I believe on the last one he worked on, he said they were all soft. My only gripe with the second is the number of times the name Riddick is spoken. Yeah, they do say his. I've never really thought about that, but they really do say his name Riddick a lot in the second movie. Oh yeah, and the shaky cam. All right. So I guess I'll go on to my next pick. And runner, I brought this one along just for you because even though you talked about it backstage, I kind of figured you were going to be bringing something along this line tonight. So I figured I'd bring one of my Evil Deads. Evil Dead 2 Steelbook. This isn't my 4K one. This is just the Blu-ray. But
Oh, that looks fucking amazing.
there's that.
Holy shit.
Look at the eyes, man, when the light. I dig that.
Dude.
So yeah, this is the Evil Dead 2 Steelbook, the Blu-ray, not my 4K. I open it up. Let me get one of the discs out of here. Show you. You can see it.
Dude, that art is fucking.
So yeah, I thought maybe you might like this one.
That artwork is bitching, dude.
I swallow your soul. I swallow your soul.
Fucking reindeer. Oh, speaking of Evil Dead 2, I recently watched it a few days ago on 4K.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it
looks good, doesn't it?
Looks fucking fantastic on 4K.
Yeah.
I swallow your soul. I swallow your soul.
I swallow your soul.
Swallow this. And then just blows his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing steel. I'd buy it just because of this. Just because of how good that steelbook is. Look at that.
Look at the artwork on that, man.
Dude, that artwork is, oh my god.
It's amazing. And like when you hold it in the light, how certain parts were left like silver, shiny. Oh man, it's awesome. So and then the face.
Yeah. Dead-Eye
awesome.
Ash.
Yeah. So I figured you were probably going to be bringing something like this tonight, which you confirmed it when you talked to me backstage.
I'll probably show that one next, just because I have something Evil Dead related.
Yeah, so Evil Dead all-time classic. That's not the 4K one. That's just a steelbook I have. Like you said, they've released these so many damn times. But the 4Ks are really great, really good.
Did you see I haven't seen the first one yet on 4K. Does that look good?
It looks great, especially for like it being in a movie from like the late 70s and on what they shoot that on.
Wasn't it early 80s?
Well, it was late. It was like
or
right,
did they
shoot
it?
It was like 79, 80.
I don't know what camera he used. I mean, because
I can't remember if it was. It wasn't 6mm, was it? Was it 6mm? Maybe I don't know. But like what it was shot on, it was like because it was independent, So they had to do what they do, and
but Sam Raimi, he shot like 2 other films on a Super 8, I believe.
Yeah, before that was like where the idea came from.
Well, before Evil Dead, like he did what was it? Into the Woods, I think, was one of them.
Into the Woods is what the idea from Evil Dead came from.
Yeah. That and wasn't it like Clockwork another one he did?
I think
so. I looked it up in like IMDb or something. That was like a 7-minute short film.
Yeah.
That Bruce Campbell was in.
Well, they went to high school and college together, so.
Well, I know that. I know all that shit. Dude, I told you I went to that Fathom event where they played the first movie.
Yeah.
The first Evil Dead, and literally the beginning is like, it's like a recording of Bruce Campbell in a convention at a drive-in with the first like Evil Dead. And he's like answering questions and telling stories.
Yeah.
And he literally describes how he like met Sam Raimi, and he's like, Sam Raimi was always like this weirdo who would play with dolls out in the hallway of school. It's like, and that it was like his version of like storytelling on his own or whatever.
Yeah, that's how it's usually how the creative people get started. Honestly, Martin, I'm not really sure where Tom is. More than likely, he's asleep. He's been busy today, so.
I was gonna say it's a very weird way of doing storytelling, but it works for him. So
yeah. Well, since I brought it up, and we're probably going to be talking about the Evil Dead here for a little bit, why don't you just show what you got so we can get into the Evil Dead conversation until the next pick?
Yeah. So this one, I don't know how to describe it. If I'm gonna say it's a game, I'm obviously giving it away. Yeah, it's the Evil Dead game on PS4. Really fun game so far. I'm digging it. It's solid.
I've heard good things about it. I mean, if I played games, if I played games and I had me a PS4 and Xbox or whatever, I would stream me playing that game for you guys if I had time. But I don't have time, and I don't really play games. That's why I do. I do movies.
And if you get here's the thing, they and I don't pre-order games anymore, especially after what they did after the whole like drama with Cyberpunk 2077,
I
like
don't know.
that whole debate. Oh, you don't know?
I'm not a gamer, so
I know you're not a gamer, but that had to have been like that was like news all around, like the whole like glitches and shit that happened. Like that was the last game I pre-ordered because I was so fucking hyped for that, and it ended up being like a super like disappointment of a release. So I was just
yeah.
like, after that, I was just like, never pre-ordering any game again ever. Never doing it. I'll buy it day one if it's available, and this was one of them. I went to Best Buy. There were a few more copies left on the PS4, so I grabbed one of them. And yeah, so if you get the physical one, I think like, well, here's the thing. Like, I think if you pre-order it, you get two Ash skins for free.
Yeah, I think one of them's
Well, one of them,
by Tom Savini, right?
well, no, so one of them's the what do you call it? The Gallant Knight outfit.
Yes.
No, so okay, so this is what it comes with, right?
Right.
There's the armor he wears in Army of Darkness, and then there's the S Smart outfit he wears. Those are the two skins you get for the Army of Darkness variant of Ash.
For the if you pre-order it.
If you pre-order it, you get it for free, like when you get the game downloaded. But if you get the physical, it comes with a little sheet like this, and you get a code on the back. So I would just get the physical copy, and then it literally has a digital code on there for the two skins that you can get, and you can just use that. But yeah, it's a fun game. I'm trying to beat the last challenge of the game, because there's like online gameplay, but there's also like challenges where you can like get rewards and stuff. Like the first one, you get the variant of Ash from Ash versus Evil Dead, where he's like older Bruce Campbell,
Yeah.
And then in like the second challenge, you get like a variation, or you get like a you get a suit where you get like a custom like one where it's like it's Evil Dead Ash, but he's wearing like a suit.
Oh, that's cool.
So you get fun stuff like that, but then there's like other outfits that you have to like actually buy, which sucks.
Yeah. I've heard the game is really good because I'm a fan of the movies. I absolutely love the movies. They're probably one of my favorite trilogy of films, and the TV show is probably like we've talked about, which I know people are probably sick and tired of hearing about. But like the TV series is basically the Evil Dead series is the Cobra Kai of Evil Dead.
It's Cobra. That's how I describe it. It's Cobra Kai before Cobra Kai.
So yeah,
and it's brilliant. Like Ash vs. Evil Dead is super fucking underrated show.
It is.
And and you get a decent amount of content from Ash versus Evil Dead in this. You can play as Kelly. You can play as
Pablo. Pablo.
Pablo. Well, Pablo, you actually have to like unlock him through one of the challenges.
Cool.
And you also have to unlock Amanda Fisher, who was the cop.
From the first season.
Yeah, and she sadly gets killed off.
Won't just spoil it for everybody who hasn't seen it.
Who fucking cares?
Somebody might. You never know, man.
Well, too bad. The series has been out for a while. And the last challenge, there's supposed to be like there's 5 challenges right now. There's supposed to be 6, but the 6th challenge is not ready yet. It's like one of those coming soon, type of things. But the last one is the King Arthur challenge.
Yeah.
Where you play as King Arthur from Army of Darkness, and you have to unlock that character.
That's pretty cool.
But there's
like you said, man, it sounds good.
It's cool. You get 4 different variants of Ash. There's the first Evil Dead Ash, who's basically a supporter character
Yeah.
in it. So he like heals you and he'll like do all that stuff. Evil Dead 2 Ash, which is probably the one character I play the most. He's supposed to be the hunter, which kind of makes sense if you've seen Evil Dead 2.
No, I've never seen it. What happens?
Well, if you watch the
I'm
first
just kidding. I've
I know.
I've seen him a long time
No,
ago,
I know.
multiple times.
Oh no, I was gonna answer your question like ironic, like super like ironic, but like, you know, like, because in the first one, you know, I don't want to say he's not badass in the first one, but like, you know, in the second one he knows his shit more, and in the first one he's like really confused, so he doesn't have the skills he does in the second. And then the
Yeah.
Army of Darkness variant of Ash is the warrior in the warrior tier.
Yeah.
So he basically is like this like fucking like fighter and shit.
I
And
know,
then
Brad Barth.
and
Tom's
then
not here. I know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm
and,
sorry. But go
and
on, Runner.
yeah, and then the Ash versus Evil Dead variant of Ash is like the leader, like the top tier, type of any single player mode.
Yeah, Adrian wants to know
The, mo-
anything.
the well, single player. There's how do I describe it? Okay, so the challenges are single player. Those are but like by yourself. Most of it is online, and single player is like if you select the option where it's like um like you by yourself, but you're teaming up with bots, and you're like basically like fighting an AI kind of thing. That's like the most single player you get in this game.
That's cool.
And there's no campaign, sadly. I know a lot of people have been like, that's like people's one complaint why they didn't get this game is like, oh, there should have been a campaign for this. And I'm like, honestly, I don't like, I understand where some people are coming from with that, but at the same time, it's like I kind of don't want a campaign just because it's like I don't want like this one game to possibly like fuck up, you know, the story of Evil Dead.
Video games, it depends. So
Well,
you
I
can
mean,
sometimes
unless
people will connect them to the movies, and sometimes we'll say, "Well, it's just a video game."
well, I know that's the problem. That's why I don't think a campaign would make a whole lot of sense because of those reasons. But like, I mean, unless you're just doing a campaign for fun, then I can like a non-canon thing, then I can probably dig it. Unless, like, I'll say if you get like Sam Raimi involved with the story, then I'd probably be down for that.
Depends.
Well,
Uh,
no. If listen, if Sam Raimi gets creative control, fuck yeah. If it's like studio pushing him aside, like Kevin Feige did in Doctor Strange 2, then yeah, no.
but which is the best Evil Dead? I will
Um,
have to say the second one is probably the best Evil Dead.
my objectively, the second one is the best.
Objectively, yes, is the second
I
one the
have
best.
I for the longest time I've always said the first one was the best just because of like. Because here's the thing, you gotta understand this.
Here,
Evil Dead 2 is a is a is a comedy horror. Like it's it's a horror comedy movie. The first one is a straight up horror movie.
yes, first one is
Now
straight.
the first one's a straight up horror movie, but then in the second one it's like a comedy horror movie. But then Army of Darkness was probably my favorite. Yeah, there you go. I want to get a Evil Dead poster
I will
sometime.
say, Army of Darkness is probably, be honest, it's probably my favorite too. It's the first one I actually saw, so I have a
Oh.
little spot for it before I
Army
saw
of
the other
Dark
two.
Well, Army of Darkness, like that is a straight up comedy. Like it's got horror elements in
Oh
it,
yeah,
but
Army of Darkness is comedy.
it's
That's where he
mostly a
went.
comedy. Like I'll say this, if you're someone
It's
that's like,
peak Sam Raimi.
yeah, I mean, I've debated this myself. It's like I was watching you know Yellow Flash, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching Flashcast, one of the Flashcasts, and they were talking about Doctor Strange 2, and at one point they were like um they were like arguing like what is like peak Sam Raimi, and then some of them are like Evil Dead 2 is like peak Sam Raimi, and I'm like, yeah, kind of. I would say Army of Darkness probably is.
I would say Armored Darkness peak Sam Raimi
Yeah,
personally.
like I'd say around like Evil Dead 2 to Army of Darkness, because Darkman was
It's,
like in between that. That's peak Sam Raimi to me.
yeah, I would say like part two is the best movie.
It's
It's got the
subjective.
right blend of horror and comedy. Sam
Yeah,
Raimi was like really starting to pick up his speed. It's what he wanted to do in the first place because
yeah.
technically the second movie is a sequel
Slash
slash
soft reboot.
remake, sequel slash remake
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
of the first movie because
Because
he's got the money.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, go on.
And I was gonna say like yeah, I've always said like it's a sequel. Like some people like say it's a straight up remake. No, it's not. It's a sequel to the first movie, but it's like a retelling.
It's a sequel slash remake of the
Yeah,
first movie.
it's a sequel slash remake, because like if you've seen the first one, in the very end where the camera like pops up on Ash and like Bruce Campbell's like screaming, and then it just cuts to black with
Yeah,
credits, and then in the second one, because here's the thing, in the very beginning of the second one, there's like this
you may
whole
not be wrong, Dan Blackroyd. Go on, man.
what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I forgot Sam Raimi worked on those, but
Yeah, he created those.
oh, he created them? I thought he was like,
Essentially, he like producers and stuff behind them, and you
yeah.
know,
Um, what is it? Well, I think Jesus fucking Christ, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Evil Dead 2. So in the beginning of that, it's like instead of like four people, including Ash, it's like two people. It's like him and this girlfriend of his.
yeah, they kind of just shorten the story of the first movie,
Yeah,
and then
they
it picks
shorten the
right
story.
into where after that ends.
Yeah, so like I can understand why it'd be a little confusing for those who are like, is the first one even canon anymore? I would say Evil Dead 2 is probably like 100% canon.
Yeah, and
I mean,
I
like,
like the first movie. I think the first, like Random Brad here said, because like I seen uh, Army of Darkness first. Yeah, I seen Army of Darkness first, and I was actually unaware that there was an Evil Dead 1 and 2, and it was when I was a kid, so you can't fault me for this. And then I saw them at a video store, and I rented them, and I remember watching the first one with my brothers at real late at night, and it scared the shit out of me. I'm not lying. So like, I may say.
no,
I
there's
may
a
say
lot.
like the
No,
second one is better than the first movie, but that first movie is legit scary, and I would say I like it better than the second movie, but I like them all. I can't really decide. I don't like really playing favorites.
well,
I just love all three of them together as a
no,
story.
no. I
Hey,
think
we have a Tom sighting, by the way.
I agree. I think all three are like, all three, in my opinion, are masterpieces for different reasons. Like I
Yeah,
think the first one's a masterpiece in terms of like a straight up horror film. It could actually like legit fucking scare the pants out of you. The second one is like a perfect movie of like horror and comedy mixed into one. Like the very like first like thing where Bruce Campbell's like, hey, care for some champagne, baby?
yeah,
Like it's like, it's like that's like peak Bruce Campbell right there.
yeah.
Like
And
that is like like, I mean, I would say the better lines of his are in Army of Darkness. The whole
oh yeah, that's
broomstick
where he
and
gets. Yeah, that's where like the whole Ash was like sort of like he was born in Evil Dead 2 near the end. He
yeah.
became, and
Well,
then in like Army of Darkness was full fledged.
yeah.
Hail to the king, baby Ash.
Yeah. That was my point in this game right here. There are different like ashes in this. There's the one for the first movie, there's the one for the second movie, and then there's the one for Army of Darkness, which is like the warrior tier. It's like this is like full on like badass Ash Williams. And
Yeah. So.
yeah. And then you have the older one, which is like the leader tier.
But I like I said, if I played games, I would definitely. I know my nephew's been playing it and he loves it. So
Yeah.
you've actually said a lot of stuff that he's told me.
And you get some of the side characters from the other movies too. Was it Henry the Red's in it? You can play as Henry the Red. You can play as King Arthur when you unlock him. through the challenges. You can play as Annie from Evil Dead 2. You can play as Cheryl.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
It's cool shit. Scotty too. You can play as
Yeah,
Scotty.
Scotty from the first one. I've heard that. Yes, Victor Fontaine, we might be getting a 4K of
That better be fucking
Army
true.
of Darkness sometime. Tom would know a little more about that than I would, but I have heard it.
Tom mentioned it in 4K for you, and I was just in his chat. I was like, yes, Army of Darkness.
So we have a Tom sighting. He's in the chat. He's probably going to be joining us here soon, hopefully. So, hey, you guys will get Tom.
I like it when Tom's not here, and every time in the chat, he's like, these guys are so lost without me. It's like, yeah.
Tom is the elder statesman. He knows his stuff. He knows how to control us and steer us. I'm like, I'm a huge fan, and I know what I know as fan stuff, and then Runner's the beginner. So it all works in our favor.
I'm like, in terms of like Evil Dead though, since that's what we're talking about, I'm like far from beginner when it comes to that, honestly.
You guys have said enough nice things about me. I figured it's time to come in.
Welcome, Tom. People have been asking about you since we started.
I laid down for a nap and overslept an hour. So
I figured, man, you're busy, dude. So I didn't want to aggravate you.
No, it was fine. Not that anybody could have. I turn my phones off all the time.
Yeah.
Emergency happens. I won't know about it.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom, do you have this game?
No, I haven't got a chance to pick it up yet, but I've been hearing good things about it. So,
dude, if you pick this up, we can actually play together. It's cross-platform.
I figured he was bringing that tonight, so I brought one of my Evil Dead 2 steelbooks.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Oh, you've never seen this one?
That is a sick steelbook.
Blow it up for you so everybody can see it again real quick. Here's this one. Nice. This is just a Blu-ray. I'm trying not to get that glare on it. Then here's the back. And then, like I was showing him earlier, when you get the disc out of it, it's got the. Oh.
It's got the. I swallow you. I swallow you.
Swallow this. So, yeah. This is my 4K. This is just my steelbook I got.
I like it when he says "swallow this" and he just blows his fucking head off.
But yeah, we had a little Evil Dead.
You guys have been talking about Evil Dead this whole time.
No, we talked about Poltergeist and
talked about Poltergeist. One of my other
Ex Machina.
Yeah, I brought in Ex Machina. Right. I'm not sure if you've seen this, Tom.
I have it. I just haven't seen it yet. Yeah.
I also Pitch Black was another one I picked.
Oh, good, because I don't care about those.
I like it. I just wasn't impressed with it. If you get what I mean, Tom.
Part of it is I'm not a Vin Diesel fan to begin with.
No, I can understand
his best
that.
Party's a tree.
Oh, did you like him in Iron Giant? That was like
it's all right.
That was one of my favorite movies as a kid.
He's just doing the voice there. So
Rock Tree. I fucking love Iron Giant, man. I gotta rewatch that. That was my childhood.
What was your other picks so far then?
I had Poltergeist and
then
Evil Dead.
And then this was my other pick. We were talking about Evil Dead because I told him I was gonna show this one like backstage, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, I got Evil Dead 2 steelbook," and then I was like, "All right, I might as well just show this so I can talk about it." It's I would say like if you're an Evil Dead fan, pick this game up, and I would say for you, Tom, if you want to get the 2 skins for the Army of Darkness version of Ash, you get the night skin, and then you get the S Smart skin.
So yeah,
where do you get those at?
No, it comes with a code on the back.
Oh,
when you buy the physical copy.
Weird. Yeah, probably because of the licensing shit.
If you pre-order it, it basically like comes with it, but I try not to like. I don't hate doing digital for games, but like I want to like build up my game collection in physical form.
All right. So before we move on, Tom, I don't know if you're ready to go again or not. I can show my pick next, but we did have some questions about a possible Army of Darkness 4K. Some people were a little curious about that. I figured you would know a little more about that than we would.
Haven't heard the definitive, but it's heavily rumored, and we're about due anyway. I don't know who'd be behind it exactly, if it'd be Shout again or if you like, maybe Kino or Arrow might have scooped it up. I have not heard any specifics. And I seen Disc Father had some art up as well. So
here's the thing: if Army of Darkness were to come out on 4K from Shout, how many discs would it come with? Because the Blu-ray comes with 3 discs of 3 different
probably
cuts.
2 or 3 at least.
Yeah, at least.
I'm assuming if we get 4K cuts of anything, it'll just be the theatrical cut.
Yeah,
I'm cool with that.
And then they'll probably just come with 2 Blu-rays with the other versions and special features, I'd imagine. Maybe we could get lucky and they could actually go back and redo the director's cut in 4K, but I don't know if enough stuff exists to do that. My recollection, the Blu-ray looks pretty dodgy from the director's cut version, but it's been a while since I watched it. So
yeah,
I haven't seen the director's cut or the TV cut. Yeah, I've only seen the theatrical cut, but I've heard a lot of people say like that's the one you should watch first.
I mean, there's bits and pieces in the director's cut that are cool, but the best lines are all in the theatrical version.
That's what that's what you've told me, and that's why, I basically just stuck to that.
In the director's cut, they don't have good, bad, I'm the guy with the gun.
Mm-hmm.
He says something completely different, and I mean, there's some cool bits like the little Ash scene is like extended. And
is the director's cut the one with the alternate ending?
Yes, usually.
Yeah.
Well, you can sometimes watch it with it. I think depending on which version you had back in the day.
I do like the alternate ending, but the actual where he's like he slept too long and shit and he looks like a caveman. That's cool, but I do like the S Smart ending too, where he like shoots the fucking deadite and says "Hail to the King, baby." Like that's a good ass ending.
Yeah, all that S Smart stuff's not in the director's cut.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, Tom, if you're ready, let's see what you got for us.
Why not? I'm gonna go with we'll only do 2 tonight. Since I did bring Beverly Hills Cop 2, but I haven't watched it all yet. I did watch a little bit.
That was my last pick, damn it.
But that's all right. We'll still talk about it then.
See? Yeah.
All right.
Instead, I talked about some different cops.
Ooh, 22 Jump Street.
22 Jump Street.
I like that movie.
It's all right. I liked it better this time around than I did the first time I saw it.
I don't think I've seen the sequel. I've only seen the first one.
The first one's the best. The first one's fucking
hilarious. The first one is better. This one is. There's some pretty good jokes and things about sequels in this one, and there's some role reversals. But outside of that, it's kind of. I mean, you got Ice Cube saying, "Do the exact same thing as the first movie." So,
at least
probably one of the better parts of this one. Like he gets a little bit more to do here. There's some good bits in it. Now knowing you haven't seen it yet, Greg, I don't want to give too much of it away because.
Oh, you can go ahead.
But I mean, it just kind of picks up where the last one left off, and they're going to college this time, like I said, and it's kind of similar plot line to the first one, only like I said, roles reversed. Instead of Jonah Hill's character having the play and stuff, you've got Channing Tatum having the football part of it, and it's pretty decent sequel for the time, actually. I mean, there's not any real good cameos in it because they blew most of those in the first film. Sadly, one of the best bits is the end credits.
I think I've seen it. It's like where they 25 Jump Street.
Yeah,
like that.
That whole thing is the best bit. The whole thing.
Yeah,
what contract dispute? Yeah.
I didn't. Is the first one out on 4K?
Well? Yeah, they both are. They're converts, I think. Anyway,
I didn't. But okay, I didn't know they were out on 4K. I might get those.
I got them dirt cheap, so I think I was even Black Friday maybe.
Okay, I didn't
at the same time. So yeah.
No.
That's the best time to pick up movies like that, like studio releases at Black Friday. So.
I'm pretty sure I knew they were up converts already, but I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It looks a little bit better, but I wouldn't say it's like, oh my God, blew me away.
Yeah.
But what would you do if Brian Barth wants to know how you would react if they did the 22 Jump Street meets Spin in Black?
Fucking idea. And I said, where's the brainiacs behind this one? I was like, you got 2 franchises that are screaming to cross over. Because guess what? Aliens got Ghost to bust too.
It's just...
Ghostbusters in black. Hello.
It sounds like it would fit that way, other than another way.
Plus,
Tommy
aren't
Lee
Men in
Jones'
Black and
character went
Ghostbusters
to
owned by
college- Went
Sony?
to high school with the guys. Easy, done. Over with. Will Smith's in there busting ghosts right alongside Ray. Come on. Give me a break. That doesn't make sense.
That's
That would-
definitely a better crossover than 22 Jump Street meets Men in Black.
Yeah, we got
I
alien
agree.
invasion
Yeah.
coming. Yeah, what's new? We always got alien invasion coming. Except this one ain't live.
That would be pretty neat, like
Look,
alien ghost. That would have
I've
been
dealt
pretty
with
cool.
slimy aliens. I've dealt with green aliens. I've dealt with gloppy aliens, and now we got to deal with alien ghosts. They're gloppy too.
That would have been pretty funny. That actually probably would have worked out pretty well.
Oh, it makes sense. It writes
Yeah.
itself.
Especially if you use the original Ghostbusters, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. Could you imagine Tommy Lee Jones and Bill Murray?
I know, right?
Oh my God! Yes,
That would have been crazy.
that would have been the
I
best.
copied off
That,
these guys' homework.
that would be one of the greatest like crossovers like ever.
Well, I said it's the one that makes sense. That's the one that makes sense. And not only that, if you go back and watch the videos that Andre and them did back for the Ghostbusters stuff on the Midnight's Edge, you listen to what Paul Feig really wants to do. It's like he don't want to make a Ghostbusters movie. This guy wants to make a Men in Black movie. Let him make Women in Black and get it out of his system. We would have been fine, and Ghostbusters would have never happened. And it probably still would have been better than that last fucking Men in Black we got anyway.
Probably would have been.
Yeah, I didn't like the second or third movie.
Me neither. The third one was better than the second one, but it still didn't.
I thought the third one was worse.
The third one is better.
Human suits, pregnant aliens, killer aliens.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I didn't like the second one, but like the third one was just flat out boring.
I do think the third one is better than the second one, but at the end, it still makes absolutely no sense.
Exactly.
There should be no reason Will Smith isn't in Men in Black by the end of that movie.
Well, I don't remember too much of it. I just remember, it was like kind of convoluted as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely it's one of the better franchises that Will Smith is involved in.
Yeah.
Well, if you count one movie a franchise, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The Bad Boys movies, I would argue, are better.
Well, yeah.
At least that third film, retroactively, personally for me, made the second film better. I don't know if you've seen all three of the Bad Boys.
I've seen the first two. I have not seen the third.
Because I was not a huge fan of the second one. I'm like, oh my God, this is just
me neither.
The Michael Bay movie. Like I know the first one was too, but that was when Michael Bay was just this doe-eyed little director, and it was amazing. And then the second film's like, oh fuck, he threw up cum all over this. What the fuck? All I see is vomit and fucking spooge everywhere. And then you see the third film, and it makes the second one a little bit better because it's like picks up some threads from there, and it's actual movie instead of it just being a toy
like
commercial
over the top action
don't
stuff.
Exist. Yeah, like because that's what the second film felt like to me. It was like this feels like a toy commercial for toys that don't exist.
Yeah, I didn't care for Bad Boys 2. I like
where's the Transformer? I'm waiting for the Transformer. Waiting for him to come out. You boys are bad. Let me handle this.
Roll out.
Drugs are bad.
What's up, Maria? Welcome. Yeah, but I've heard
that drugs and narcotic cops. 22 Jump Street is pretty good. Right.
Yeah, I've been meaning to catch on because I did enjoy the first one. I thought it was funny.
I remember.
I will say, like at the first one,
I'll say this. You go. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say it's just like with the first one. I thought it was good and all, and I know that the one scene was played for jokes, but I was kind of disappointed that they killed Johnny Depp and the guy from the
Me too,
Deloitte
that was the best part of the
I mean, it
one.
was the best part. It was hilarious.
You guys are Jump Street too.
Yeah, it was hilarious. It was the best part, but it was also like the TV show, man. You killed the main character.
I know, but at least I was like, I guarantee. You know what? Here's the thing. I guarantee you that's the only way they got Johnny Depp to do that.
Oh, I guarantee you, yeah.
He's like, I'll do it, but you got to kill my character. They're like,
Yeah.
what? He's like, yeah, you got to kill my character. I fucking hate Thomas Hansen.
Probably.
He does. He hated that show.
Yeah, I know, which sucks because it was all right, pretty good. But did they ever
Yeah.
bring back what's his name in the sequel? Greco, what's his name?
Oh yeah, he's in the second one.
Oh, he's in the second one. Okay,
Yeah,
I was wondering if he did.
you should have seen him if you watched the end montage, because that's where all the cameos are.
Oh yeah,
We get a still image of Aoki, and that's it.
nice.
I guess his cameo, I think, was cut out. I don't know if it might be in the deleted scenes, but I didn't watch any of that stuff. So
Yeah, but that's interesting. But that's cool. I have to check that one out. Like I said, I've seen the montage and the "My name's Jeff." That's all I've seen from the second
Yeah,
one.
the "My name's Jeff" thing is like that was like a really popular meme at the time.
I mean,
it's
the
still-
best jokes are like just rip-offs of the stuff from the first movie. Go ahead, Runner. Sorry.
Yeah. I enjoyed. I think I watched the second one before the first one. I think. The first one I thought was the best one, just because that like the jokes in that were just fucking hilarious, especially the part where Jonah Hill just shoots the coach's dick off.
Remember that time RoboCop shot the guy in the dick?
What about that multiple dick shooting?
Oh, I don't know if Runner's ever seen the deleted scene.
Of what?
What? Don't say another word, Greg. We'll show him at the end of the show.
Wait, is it the RoboCop one?
Oh, have you seen it?
No, I have. You showed me it.
Damn it! I get everybody with that sooner or later.
Yeah, where like they like all
this can't be real.
No,
they did it pretty seamlessly too, man.
No, you did show me that. I think like after like
keep
one of
shooting
these...
dicks, just shooting dicks,
Yeah.
dicks.
That was I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
RoboCop shooting some dick.
No, but that ending where fucking yeah, like shoots him in the dick, and he's like, and what I forgot the actor's name.
I can't think of him either, but he's from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Like he's like,
and it was from James Franco's
it,
brother too. Was in that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't
Dave Franco and
Dave Franco.
And
was it the guy that plays Ted Lasso? Was it him?
Is that who he played? Because like they're in the second one and they're in prison. And he's like, I'm the guy who shot my dick off, remember?
Oh yeah.
Now I'm a woman.
Oh yeah, that.
And he's like, Brad's my bitch. I'm your bitch, Brad. And he's like, no, he's not. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm your bitch.
I remember that. I laughed out loud where he was like, oh yeah, now I'm a woman because my. But
am I forcing you into a relationship? Yes. God, I love him.
No, the part where he just shoots his dick off and then he tries to pick it up with his mouth. Well, I'll say this: I still think it's funny, but I didn't. It was so much funnier the first time I saw it. Like I laughed so fucking hard because I was like much younger when I watched it, and then I mean, as I've gotten older, it's like I still think it's funny, just not as funny as it was at the time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. But I have to like see that one. That's two tonight that I have not seen, Ex Machina and 22 Jump Street. So
I still gotta see Ex Machina too.
Ex Machina is good.
People kept telling me I got to see it, and I finally got it on 4K for like $7 on Black Friday.
Yeah, it was pretty cheap.
I bought it. Yeah, I bought it for like $8.
That's when it was $7.99, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going for like $8 or $9 on Best Buy right now, and I just picked it up for $8. Cool. Yeah.
See, now that one I'm pretty sure is native 4K, because that was one of the first ones they put out there that was native 4K like that of the newer films. Because like I said, I'm pretty sure 22 Jump Street's up converted, so I don't even have to look. I bet it is.
It would make sense if it is, honestly.
The only way I'd be not so surprised that it's not is because it's actually a Sony film. But I've questioned some of theirs. Huh. Yeah, because some people say that Ghostbusters Afterlife is 4K native, and then some people say it's 2K up converted. So I'm not sure which it is. At this point,
I haven't seen Afterlife on 4K.
And Sony's done some of their movies, as far as I know, in pure 4K. But then again, I'm not so sure on that.
I watched the Afterlife on 4K. It looked decent. It looked good.
I've heard some people say it looked really good on 4K. From what I've heard, I haven't watched it on 4K yet. Like I watched what is it, Spider-Man No Way Home on 4K, and that felt like a 2K up convert.
Yeah, the Spider-Man No Way Home did like a little digital like.
Oh, I can tell. I know it's an up convert. I didn't even
yeah.
Well, aren't most of the Marvel movies up converts though?
Yeah, they all are.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
22 Jump Street's an up convert.
Oh, there you go. Is Will Smith done in Hollywood? Bullet by Bad Boys 4 on hold.
Oh, Bad Boy 4. Yeah, I heard something like he might be leaving for a while. He went and did some sabbatical thing, and now he put out some video, but I haven't watched the video yet. But people are claiming in the video he says he's going to quit acting. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if it's real or if it's some
like work or something.
I feel like he'll just take a break for a while. Maybe that's just it. Like he just.
Well, Bad Boys 4 is a hit in the nuts because Bad Boys 3 was the #1 movie of 2020. Now, granted, there has to be an asterisk next to that because of the year, but
was that like his last like?
That was his last big movie. Yeah, I mean, he did, and then he did the one he won the Oscar for too. But
yeah, but that wasn't like huge.
No, because that got thrown on HBO Max. That was the one about the
because
like sisters.
How much money did the last Bad Boys movie make?
Bad Boys 3, I think, made like $400 or $500 million. It did pretty well.
Not bad.
Okay. Actually, it might have even done better than that. I have to look. It was one of the last big movies to come out before everything got shut down.
Because for a while I've been saying like, because I kind of forgot about Bad Boys 3. I've been saying like, I'm like thinking like, what was like the last like what was the last like Will Smith movie that made a ton of money, and Suicide Squad came up in my head.
Yeah, it made $426 million.
That made a shit ton of money,
which was almost twice as much as the second one and 3 times as much as the first one. So, yeah. No, they were talking Bad Boys 4 like was already greenlit and everything, and then just got pushed back because of COVID, and then the Will Smith thing happened, and that pushed it back again. So it could be a while before it happens. If at all.
Another 5-6 years.
I mean, if they leave it with just 3 had a good enough ending to kind of end the series on anyway. I mean, it could go from there kind of thing. It was one of those endings where you could see it continue to pick up, but if this is it.
But it can also like end. Yeah. That makes sense.
Because you've kind of got Martin Lawrence's character near the age of retirement already and stuff like that. So
yeah. Makes sense.
Because I think that was a big part of the third film was it's like he's getting near retirement and shit. So
cool. I guess we'll go to me.
22 Jump Street.
My name's Jeff.
Look at this fucking office. Best part is you come in, he's in a big fucking ice cube. It's like looks like something out of X-Men. I'm wearing $800 shoes. You can't even see them.
Was that in the first one or second one?
It's in the second one because he's like, I'm like, whoa, look at this, because they're across the street instead of being on 21 Jump Street.
Move across the street. I saw that in the trailer.
I'll say this. In the second movie, that one plot twist that happens, I literally was like, holy fuck, no. Tom knows what I'm talking about.
I don't want to spoil it. Out who the dealer is or whatever.
No, not the dealer.
The other part with the kid, let's say.
No, okay, so Jonah Hill's
his love interest. Yes, okay.
Yeah, like the plot twist.
I know it sounds weird that I said the kid, but if you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking
about. No, but it's like it's like I'll say this. It's the scene where like they like go to dinner.
Yes. That whole bit, that's the best bit of the second movie. Like if it wasn't for and that's the plot point I didn't want to give away on Greg, because it's like if it wasn't for that plot point, this movie would have been not very good.
Yeah, I agree. Like that whole that whole thing just took a turn, and I was just like, I remember watching that and I'm like, holy shit. Like he is so fucked.
Yeah, that whole last bit of that was the best part of the movie, yeah.
It just brought like a whole
left out.
No, I was gonna say
if you
like,
give it away, it ruins the joke so well. And
I was gonna say like I want to spoil it, but I can't because it would fucking ruin it for you.
But
Should've
yeah,
been-
I don't think
Philip
we'll get a
doesn't think that-
23 Jump Street, but
Yeah, probably not.
I remember wanting one because of that whole montage, and I'm just like, I was like, oh my, well, this is when I was like younger. I was like, oh my god, we're getting so many more sequels, and it's like, and it's like, oh, and then like as I've like gotten older, I've like kind of like forgotten about all that, and now that we're talking about it, it's just like, fuck, I remember wanting like more sequels for this because of that montage, but it's probably never gonna happen.
Yeah. I have to check it out, see, because I feel left out on that one.
so what do you got?
Okay, I'll tell you. I give Netflix a lot of shit. I really do, because I prefer physical media and stuff, and especially where they've been lately. But they got me with this one. This would be Stranger Things season 1, Blu-ray DVD combo here, and it comes out like this, like a VHS. Opens up. I got a poster here, and Friends Don't Lie. There's the Blu-rays, and then
that's dope.
There's the DVDs.
But didn't that also get a 4K release as
yes,
well?
they did. And at the time I bought this, I did not have a 4K player, so I bought the Blu-ray, and I regret that because the 4Ks were super cheap.
I missed not getting that box right there, but
yeah,
I haven't seen anything past the first season, so I'm not like.
I will. I really, really enjoyed the first season. I didn't think the
first
second
season was great.
Yeah, the first season was great. The second season, I thought was a bit of a letdown. Third season, I thought was a little better, but I know a lot of people didn't care for a lot of what happened in it. But I thought it was better than the second season.
I gotta rewatch all the seasons because I don't remember the last two all that much. I didn't hate the second season. I thought the second season was fine, but I was
thought
like,
the second season was pretty weak. It almost diminished my liking for it.
I mean, compared to the first one, yeah, it was pretty weak. But I don't know. I watched the third season. And I was just like, I don't really care as much.
Yeah. What's up, lovely Sherry? I actually liked the third season. I thought the third season was like almost a return to form. I know some people don't like it, but I thought that was like when it really hit the 80s stride. But then where the modern world started to interfere into the storytelling.
Like the third season was like the weakest one to me, but I
think the second season is the weakest season personally, but
and I'm not like super excited for 4. I think the most interesting
I'm kind of excited for 4, especially with Robert Englund coming on.
No, I was gonna say that like the most interesting thing about season 4 is Robert Englund. I think like that whole aspect sounds really fucking cool.
It looked good, and I know they're like they always get me. Like I can't stand Netflix. I really can't. I so badly want to get rid of it.
Yeah, some of the content they like produce now is like most of it's like woke, pretty much.
It is, and not all. Honestly, if it wasn't for Stranger Things and Cobra Kai, well, that's not why I keep it. But I keep it for other reasons. For the family, it's not. I don't watch it. It's the family watches it.
Yeah, no, my parents just get it just because of the family. It's like it's the same with like Disney Plus, but that's
I would cancel Netflix in a heartbeat if it wasn't for the kids and stuff. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stranger Things, Luther. But yeah, I enjoyed the first season. I thought it was great. I thought they really captured that. I thought the second season was a little bit weaker. I really actually liked the third season. I thought it picked back up in quality a little bit.
I like the second season more than the third one.
The second season has its moments, but then like they do an episode out of the blue that is utterly pointless and stupid, and it's considered one of the worst episodes of the show. So
I don't remember it too well.
Yeah, so
I just remember the first season being like really fucking good.
But I'm excited for the fourth season, and it's the final season. We'll see how it plays. I mean, they got Robert Englund. They said they're taking him. They said they're taking cues from Nightmare on Elm Street, Hellraiser, The Thing, and stuff like that for with the villain and everything, because they wanted a more corporeal, like human type villain instead of a CGI guy. So that's why they got that creepy looking dude. So we'll see how it is, but I'm not holding my breath too much.
I'll rewatch all 3 seasons at some point, just because like at the time I didn't understand a lot of the references because I didn't watch a whole lot of, movies around that time period. Around like the
Yeah,
80s and stuff. Like
yeah,
the one reference I did like understand was when they dressed up as Ghostbusters.
yeah. The
Like,
second one. Well, the thing
yeah,
is
well that's because I
influence on
watched
the whole series.
that's because I like watched Ghostbusters when I was like really
Yeah,
little. So that's why
well,
I understood that whole thing, and they were all
yeah.
like Ghostbusters and stuff. But like every other reference, I'm like I didn't get. So I gotta rewatch them.
You might get them more now since you've seen a few more 80s movies. But yeah, like the thing is a big influence throughout. They even talk about the thing in the first movie season, and they
What
even watch the thing. The teacher is watching the
isn't
thing.
isn't it a poster in um what's his face, the kid from Ghostbusters Afterlife with the curly hair?
Finn. I
Finn
think his
Finn
name's Finn in
Wolfhard.
real life.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard. That's his real name. But like in like his house where like the gang like hangs out, he has like a
I think, like you said, I haven't
I
really
think
watched it since.
no, but I think he has a poster of the thing
I don't
in his
know.
house.
He
I
might.
think.
I know the teacher watches the thing in one episode of the first season.
Okay.
But yeah, I had to pick up the VHS style. I had to do it because I really dug that first season. I actually had the second season too.
Can you still get that?
Probably Target. They're exclusive to Target, and
Okay.
they like made a bunch of them. And I think they thought that they were going to be like these collector things because it's Netflix and they don't typically put their stuff out on physical media, which is another reason
Yeah.
why you should support physical media because
Yeah.
Netflix
Well,
is a bunch of pricks.
there's some things that do come out on like physical from Netflix. Like, doesn't like
A few
Criterion
things.
do some
Well, Criterion did like the what was that with Robert De
Irishman?
Niro and the Irishman. They did that one, but they don't do all of them. I think they did Mank too, maybe.
Yeah, I think they did Mank. Didn't they do Marriage Story too?
Yeah, but those are like movies that they also release in theaters too. Like they usually
All
give them
right.
like a day or two in theaters before they drop them on Netflix.
All right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so they're a little more different than like a normal Netflix type show. But yeah, I like the first one. Then you could probably still buy them. They're from Target. I only paid like $15. They were like super cheap because like they had a bunch of them. And then like I said, I think they thought they were going to be huge collector's items, and like they like overproduced them. So at one point in time, the 4Ks were only like $20 for the whole season. So especially in those big box sets like that. So there's that. So we'll see how it is. I knew that wasn't much. It's just I needed something to bring tonight, so I figured I'd bring that. I like the little VHS cover of that. But let's move on to you, Runner. Let's see what you got.
And I tried looking at Target. I don't see any Stranger Things on Blu-ray or whatever, so I don't know. I might have to like look around like any other place.
I'm
Maybe
sure you can get it
Amazon.
on eBay or even Amazon personally, where somebody's selling their copy.
Yeah, I'll look at it. I'll look into it at some point. Because I
What do
would
you,
like to get at least the first season.
yeah, I would pick them up if you like them, and it all really depends on how the series ends.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do you got for us? Is this your last pick?
Yeah, this is my last pick.
Yeah, your last pick.
My last pick. Yeah, Tom already says he's gonna bring this one up too. It's I got this yesterday. Beverly Hills Cop 2.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. Bigglesworth.
So have you watched it yet, Runner?
I watched it last night for the first time on 4K. Yeah, it was really, really good transfer.
Are you driving with your eyes open, or you like using the Force?
Oh yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen the second one. I got the first one on 4K, and I know that came out Tuesday, so I haven't picked that one up yet.
And you can definitely tell that this was directed by Tony Scott.
You think
Like-
Johnny Wishbone, and I come running.
like the way like the camera like moves and like all like just like the style of the way it was shot, it was like, yeah, you can definitely tell this was
Well,
like
this was his follow up to Top Gun, so this was
I
like
was gonna say this definitely had some Top Gun vibes to it, especially the scenes where they're like in buildings and they're like, the dialogue between the characters and stuff is very like the way it was like shot felt very Top Gun-ish.
Tom, you want to go ahead and show yours since, or did you get another pick to go with it?
oh, my Beverly Hills Cop. I got another one here.
Oh, well, okay. So we'll talk about Beverly Hills Cop, and then we're going to. All right. But it's been a while since I've seen the second one, but as far as I remember, I always enjoyed the first two. And the third one is all right. It's not too bad, but
I haven't seen the third one yet.
It's not too bad.
Wonder World. Wonder World.
and I'd say the most my biggest complaint about this is that it has no special features.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Yeah, that's what's up with
They
that.
didn't
Why is
carry
it
them over to the Blu-rays either? So
Yeah, because
Yeah.
here's the thing. The only reason I noticed that was because I was putting it in the player, right? And I realized in the disc, nothing over here says special features.
those bastards? The
you
commie
gotta go all the way
bastards.
back to the DVD to get the special features.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's some 4Ks like in like the disc that have like special features, like even Escape from LA that has no special features. The only thing it has is the trailer, and that's it.
The George Lucas cameo in Beverly Hills Cop
Hey.
3. So it is.
Actually, it's not as random as you'd think.
It's not. He made a cameo in that? Huh.
Yeah, John Landis directed it, and a lot of those guys that are in the movie, they would always do this thing about having directors in their movies.
John Landis would.
All
Yeah.
those guys, like John
Yeah.
Landis, Steven Spielberg, George Lucas, they all kind of hung out together and stuff. And there was Arthur Hiller and a couple other guys, and they would randomly Frank Oz. They would get them in their movies as often as possible. Like Frank Oz is in both of the Blues Brothers movies.
I was gonna
Steven
say,
Spielberg's in the Blues Brothers. Then
Steven Spielberg was in the Blues
yeah, and then
Brothers?
in Beverly Hills Cop 3, you've got George Lucas, and then in the one scene in the bar, you've got like Arthur Hiller and 2 or 3 other directors that are all at the bar. And it's just kind of a random joke that Landis and those guys would always do. And Landis pops up in a bunch of their movies. It's just this, kind of a usually just random bits and pieces. Like, and supposedly in most of the latter Star Wars films, George had a bunch of directors in like, alien costumes and or stormtrooper uniforms and shit like that too, supposedly. So especially the prequels. So
Yeah, that's cool. 4K Cinema
I
HD
didn't know-
says the transfer on that is great. The bitrate pushed times over 100, look very much like a 35 millimeter print.
yeah, they did a pretty good job on it.
Go ahead, Runner. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I was gonna say Steven Spielberg was in the Blues Brothers.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
and you just bought the 4K that too, and you
Doesn't
didn't
have
know
a
that.
mustache and beard though.
No, I mean, I bought the Blues Brothers 4K for a while. You talking about
Spielberg
that?
was in Gremlins too.
No,
Mhm.
I haven't seen Gremlins in a long time.
That's such a good movie.
It is.
Yeah, Dante would do that stuff sometimes too, because like in that scene where Rand Pelser's on the phone at the convention, in the background you've got like Jerry Goldsmith, Steven Spielberg rolls through with his leg broken on this bike thing. There's a bunch of other cameos in there. Yeah,
See, Runner, you got to use your eyes, pay attention, man.
Dan Aykroyd's in Temple of Doom. Most people
Yeah.
don't notice him in there.
I knew that.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's the guy who gets Indy on the plane.
Yeah,
He's only in like a really quick shot, and it's from far away. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
You can barely
Okay.
tell it's him. He's doing like this accent, and he's got this weird mustache on. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Eddie Murphy really declined after the 1990s when he went his family
I
face.
mean,
Yeah,
he did okay with the Nutty Professor films, but yeah, outside of that, pretty much.
yeah.
I feel like he hasn't done.
little in the first two.
I was gonna say, I feel like he hasn't done much in like a while.
Well, he just did Coming to America 2.
Yeah, I did. Holy shit! That's
That just cracked me up.
You know
Back
what's
in the
funny is for the
white
longest
days.
time, Trading Places was the most watched movie on television.
Oh, really? I love that
That
movie.
was
I
the
got it.
network premiere. Like it was a movie that broke all the records they had previously to that. For some reason, that was the movie. Not Jaws, not Star Wars, but Trading Places did huge in 1987 or 86, whatever it was when it premiered on NBC or whatever. Yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean,
It's a
been
great
beaten
movie.
since then, but like it's a head scratcher. Like not even Superman did that well. I mean, they did well, but yeah.
I wonder if it was like everybody was trying to see if they could see Jamie Lee Curtis's boobs.
Not on TV.
Not on TV though. That's weird. I wonder why. That is really a head scratcher.
It just must have been that pop. It was a very big movie when it came out, but
Yeah,
perfectly timed for nothing else was on television. Maybe.
When did it come out on TV?
I think they showed it over Christmas.
That's probably why, because it does sort of have that.
You got to remember watching it as a kid because I remember
Yeah,
my
they
dad
have.
wanted to see it because it was the first time it was on TV. So
It does sort of like go into Christmas time too. There, so I
back
believe it's
then, you
Christmas
used to have to
movie.
wait
So
3-4 years sometimes for a movie to come on.
hell yeah, I know. I remember waiting for some movies. Sometimes I'm like, are we ever going to get to see this? Did Eddie Murphy say he regretted Delirious?
Apologize for some of the jokes in Raw and Delirious, but
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, they all sort of been
they're
doing that
implemented.
now.
Yep.
Yeah. Is now problematic. Well, I mean, nobody had a problem with it at the time, but what's up, my brother? It's such a good movie. Man, those old movies like Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, Trading Places, the original, the first, you just said the sequel.
Coming to America.
Coming to America. Man, those movies were so good.
Too bad.
Plus,
the second one wasn't very good.
I heard the second one wasn't good. Oh,
too bad the second one's not good.
Isn't it? But Eddie Murphy's coming back for the fourth movie of Beverly Hills Cop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So he's got a little bit of work.
Yeah, and I don't know if they've started shooting it yet, but it's supposed to be moving along here. We'll see.
I just about
that. Netflix optioned Beverly Hills Cop 4 and 5.
Oh, it's Netflix.
Yeah, I know it's like Netflix. That's what worries me, man.
But now there's rumors that Netflix is going to start getting into a 45-day theatrical window release for some of their shit.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to start doing that.
I mean, they started firing their activist employees, though, right?
Oh, partially, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe things will start to change.
We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully. But any more thoughts on Beverly Hills Cop 2 before we move on to Tom?
Great sequel and worth the $17. What do you say, Ronnie? Did you like it?
I'd say it's honestly, I'd say it's almost as good as the first one, but the first one's still better.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one's, I mean, you can't really beat that first one. That first one was just like hit all cylinders right off the bat. So.
No, but there are things in the second one that are like it almost like beats the first one for me.
I see what you're saying, because there's times where people will remember bits and pieces and they'll misremember shit from the second film, like when he steals the house and stuff like that.
Yeah, especially the third act. The third act is great.
No, it was a pretty good film. I mean, it doesn't get a lot of. You get at the time when it came out, and some people still say it's a very.
And when does Beverly Hills Cop 3 come on 4K in America?
I don't know. It hasn't been announced for America yet.
Okay, because it's been announced in some other
France, and that's about it that I know of. Yeah.
Oh, France. Okay.
Yep. How's about Beverly Hills Cop? It's like I said, it's not bad, but it's definitely not the best of the three.
Yeah, you had the problem that John Landis was charged with trying to make Eddie Murphy funny when he didn't want to be funny anymore.
Yeah. Metro. I remember Metro. You remember Metro?
Yeah, Metro was pretty good.
Metro wasn't too bad. What do you think about the rumored Married with Children animated series?
It's not a
There's
rumor.
yeah, it's going to happen. I don't see them pulling off some of the jokes they did back in the day.
No, and they should have done with my idea.
Yeah, Married with Grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been better.
And there's nothing in that equation that says you can't have the other people in it.
Exactly.
Because Bud and what's her face? I can't believe I just forgot Christina Applegate's name. Yeah, but her character's name.
Oh, Kelly.
Kelly. It's not like Bud and Kelly could be full functioning adults anyway.
Yeah. So, especially they were full grown by the time that series ended, and they were still living off their mom and dad.
Exactly.
So.
They got worse as the show went on.
Yeah, they did.
When the show started, those two were the ones that actually had the common sense, and then they made Kelly dumber and dumber by episode.
Yeah.
And Bud became more of a fuck up episode by episode.
Yeah.
Like if you watch that first season or so, the kids are the ones who actually seem to got their shit together. It's the parents that are fucked up. And even then they don't hate each other as much, right? Like you watch it.
Right.
There's not that vitriol that's there in the latter seasons as much.
And they started to really hate each other more by the end.
Yeah.
On the show, not in real life. Yeah, but Married with Grandchildren, I would prefer that than the animated series. Honestly, I really would.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of an animated series, but I get
Neither
it.
do I.
It's financially easier to do. Plus, you can just pretty much pick up where the show left off, and you don't have to age the characters at all.
Yeah, it's true. But like I said, there's just no way they're going to get away with a lot of stuff like they used to. I didn't care for Holy Man, Brian Barth.
It's all right. I didn't mind it, but it's not up there with Murphy's Best. No.
We'll see how that animated, but I just don't see it happening good. Tom, you want to go ahead and show your final pick, I guess?
My final pick? All right. I know neither one of you have seen this.
Oh, yeah?
This is going to be a short conversation.
But it may surprise you.
It's one of my favorite musicals of all time. The Criterion Collection put out a remaster of it a couple of years back here from a new 4K digital restoration. Now, we haven't seen the 4K version pop up yet, but it's about due anytime. Not that this is like some big blockbuster or anything. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if you guys have even heard of it. But the movie is called Hedwig and the Angry Inch.
John Waters, right?
No.
Nope. Okay, then
close. No. John Cameron Mitchell, the guy who actually plays Hedwig, came up with it. It was originally a play, and then New Line put it out in 2001 as a movie, and this is that movie.
Oh.
And Criterion finally brought it out on Blu-ray because it never made its way to Blu-ray. And it took 15 years just for that to happen. It's a musical, like I said, but it's hard to tell you what it is without giving away the entire plot. But basically,
I've actually heard of Hedwig, but I don't really know what it's about. Yeah.
Hedwig plays a character who comes from Eastern Berlin. And the movie is pretty much about how they become who they are. And in the backdrop of all that, there's a person who supposedly stole all of Hedwig's music and all that kind of stuff and is famous with it now. So they're trying to follow them around to prove that they know each other so they can have a case in court and all this stuff. But what's happening in the meantime is you kind of hear Hedwig's story through various songs and places that they're playing it and doing songs and stuff. And then Hedwig will tell a little story to do a little flashback kind of thing. Like in the play, it was more like a stand-up concert. Yeah. It would all be on one stage from one location, and it was just Hedwig telling the story. And he had some animations and stuff. But in this, they actually are able to play it all out. I wonder if we can get away with watching a trailer, because it's hard to explain. It is so hard to explain. I
don't know why I always thought John Waters had something to do with that.
It's in his vein. I mean, like, if it wasn't a John Waters, it should be kind of movie.
That makes sense. Yeah, it sounds interesting. Like, I've heard of Hedwig. I've actually seen that cover.
And it was actually revived on Broadway a few years back with Neil Patrick Harris. And the actor who plays Hedwig has actually been in a lot of other stuff. In fact, if you recently just watched the Freddy's Nightmares, he's in one of the first episodes of that.
Ooh.
Yeah, he plays the kid in the fast food restaurant.
You know what I'm thinking of?
All night.
I'm thinking of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert.
Yes, that came out around the same time.
That's what
and
I'm
that
thinking
kind
of.
of buried this movie.
That makes sense.
Because they were kind of similar-ish in their tone. Like, here, you guys will get what I'm saying here after this. This is a longer preview, but...
Ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not...
Ow!
Hedwig!
Don't you know me, Kansas City? I'm the new Berlin Wall. Try and tear me down. How did some slip of a girly boy become the internationally ignored song stylist barely standing before you?
Damn, I can't believe you're not a girl.
If we got some sugar daddies in the house, you could give me a cavity, honey. Now you're interested, huh?
Inch, not itch.
Intrigue. It is clear that I must find my other half. But is it a he or a she? Can two people actually become one? The dark turns and noise of this wicked little town. One day in the late mid-80s, I was in my early late 20s.
He looks familiar.
I never knew she wasn't a woman. I've got a sweet songs.
This was a decent film before woke.
Grossing
Yeah.
trucks in Wichita. When it comes to huge openings, a lot of people think of me.
You know, Runner sitting there going, "What's going on?"
Yeah, that's literally what I.
It's like a stand-up camp. You got to listen to a lot of the...
Gentlemen, thank you, both of you. Did you put a bra in a dryer? How many times do I have to tell you? You don't put a bra in a dryer.
It warps.
Okay, everybody.
It does feel like it's very John Waters-esque.
I'll never turn it back. Hey, boy,
Runner's just like, no, I don't. I have no interest.
When I think about all the people I have come upon in my travels, I have to think about
HVP is not wrong. It does look better than the She-Hulk trailer.
Way better.
Way
It has a hell of
better.
a sense of humor. I mean, it was...
Well, here's the thing. That trailer at least didn't have like shitty CGI like the She-Hulk trailer did. Holy shit!
It seems funny. It had some good parts there. So yeah.
Yeah, it looks all right.
Runner, I know you don't have to. You've got to see more movies like that before you can,
Actually, this one's kind of tame compared to like a John Waters movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I get it, Tom. I get it.
What's weird about it is it's like a John Waters
aspect
movie.
thing.
It's almost like a John Waters movie you can watch with your mom. I mean, trust me, you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm watching this with your mom. But by the end of the movie, she will adore it. And you'll be like, yeah, it's pretty good. Even though it's very overt in some of the sexual aspects of it. But it handles sexuality in ways that movies don't know how to do now in such a way without it being woke. It's a natural part of the story. And the characters you believe in, even though they're living in this wacky off-kilter world kind of thing. But it does a great job. Because like I say, if you tell the story, it'll give away the whole movie. Because that's kind of what the movie is Hedwig telling his story, or their story, sorry, to people is what it kind of is. And then once you kind of give away the whole story, that gives away the entire plot of the movie.
Oh,
I mean, that trailer even gives you too much, if you ask me.
Yeah, I get you. Good night,
But
Brian
the music's
Barth.
great. Like if you like things like Rocky Horror Picture Show, the music in this is great. Like I said, Doogie Howser played the part a couple of years back, so that kind of revived it. Maybe that's when you heard about it. His version was quite a bit different. It was more glam.
I was gonna say it was probably like more like modern times, right?
Pretty much the same, but it was more glam, and he talked with much more of a heavier accent.
Oh, I get you. As like HV says, I'm sticking with the bird cage.
This is like if Birdcage had a kid.
Oh, like it's like Nathan whatever and him. Like, I get you.
Not exactly, but it's kind of like in that vein. Like it just fits perfectly. Great comedy. You don't feel like you're being preached to or pandered to in any way.
when movies were done where they were made to be entertaining, even if they had a character like this.
Well, and it's integral to the plot. That's the other thing too, is like, it's not like in the movies we have now where it's like, oh, I've got two moms, watch them kiss.
Yeah.
No,
That's
I mean,
true.
there's reasons for everything that's here, and they don't get into that kind of stuff unless it's important, right? It's not like
character and world building.
Exactly. Perfectly put, because it's not like it's shoving it in your face. I mean, it's there, it's present, and they're not hiding any of it. Like as you saw in the trailer. I mean,
yeah. I can't believe you're not a woman. But I get you, man. And that's the first time it's been on Blu-ray from Criterion.
Yeah.
And then you think you'll get a 4K later on?
I don't know. They did a 4K master for this. I was kind of surprised. It's like Man on the Moon can't get a 4K master, but Hedwig does. Okay. I mean, it did win like I think it won like a Sundance Award and some other things too, but it got buried by Priscilla when it came out. Like if it didn't come out so close to that, it might have gotten a little bit more praise. I bet. Because John Cameron Mitchell's amazing. And like you start watching the movie and you just like, that guy just sucks you in. He's a great actor. And like I said, if you've seen the Freddy's Nightmare episode, he's the one in that one where the kid, it's either a convenience store or a fast food restaurant where he's stuck there all night. I think it was called Third Shift or whatever.
Yeah.
He's that guy in that episode. He carries that entire episode.
That's true. John Cameron Mitchell. That name sounds.
I know stuff. And
I'm trying to place
Hedwig, but once he becomes Hedwig, he's Hedwig. Like it's you can tell he created this character and he's very close to it. But yeah, I mean, obviously he's a gay man, but I mean, still, it doesn't matter. Even the movie,
I mean, like you said, as long as you got the good story and character, we don't care. It has
mixed messages in there, right? Like it's not even necessarily straightforward. Like you should be gay or any of that kind of shit. It's just more so be happy with who you are and who you're with, kind of thing, is the main overarching message. But the story that takes you on the journey through Hedwig's life is you're just like you don't realize how many times you can go, what the fuck? Seriously? But yet you're invested in this shit because I can't tell you what it's about. If I tell you what it's about, it gives away some of the best bits in the movie. And it's a journey you have to take on your own. Trust me. It's much like the Rocky Horror Picture Show in that you have to experience it to know what I mean.
Cool. I'll check it out. Like I said, if it's done like you said, like that, if it's done with character and story, and you get interested in it, and it's not like force, which it isn't, then it's like we don't care. That's the whole point of what we try to say is like we don't care if it's like this, as long as it's got a point and its story, character, and it's interesting and it's fun.
Well, I mean, it's very much a part of the story.
Yeah.
It's the main through line. It is, but it works in there, and it's not any. Because by the time you get to a point where there's certain revelations in the film, you're just like, oh my gosh, like. But it's still a comedy, and it's very charming in that respect. I hate. It's a weird way of putting it because it earns its R rating. It's not like it's a pussyfooting around anything. I mean, it's. But it has that flow with it, and it has such a sweet nature to it.
Yeah.
That it kind of reminds me of those movies that, even though it's rated R, you can watch it with your mom. And you're going to watch her just giggle along with it and get some of the jokes that you're just like, Mom. Well, I'm a woman too.
I know when you watch movies like that, I'm sure Runner hasn't had that experience yet, but I've had those. It's like, okay, how'd you know that?
I think I watched this with my mom back when, but I don't remember for sure. But like, she didn't have many problems with this. The one time we had the most awkward conversation is I sent her a screener of Brokeback Mountain. Now, you got to remember, the funny part of this story is I didn't know what Brokeback Mountain was yet. It wasn't Brokeback Mountain yet. Like, I got a screener of this well before it came out in theaters. And I just got it, and the guy's like, yeah, here's a Western starring the I can't remember who's in that. What's his name?
It's what's his name? The Joker, Heath Ledger,
and the other guy. Heath Ledger and the other guy. At that time, I barely even knew who Heath Ledger was. So he said it's the other guy. Jake Gyllenhaal. He's like, is that new Jake Gyllenhaal Western? I'm like, Jake Gyllenhaal made a Western? He's like, yeah. he handed that with a couple other movies to me, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not going to watch this. So I gave it to my mom along with some other ones. And then within the interior, I realized what it was because the news started getting out there about what this movie was. And I was talking to my mom one day. I'm like, by the way, did you happen to watch Brokeback Mountain yet? Yeah, I watched it. She said it was interesting. She said, not what I was expecting. I was like, yeah, sorry, I didn't give you a heads up on that one because I didn't know about it until after the fact.
That's funny.
It's a hell of a movie to go blind into.
Yeah. But that was kind of fun because I used to have a guy who just come in and drop me off these early screeners all the time. So I used to see a lot of movies way in advance. Sometimes I even see some earlier cuts because that's kind of how I saw the early cut of Willard. And I got pissed off about that. And I seen the early version of Halloween and stuff like that. But I mean, God, of course, a lot of these would leak online too at that point. But yeah, it was just kind of like, what the fuck? Oh no, Mom, don't watch it.
Mom, don't watch. Did you watch it? Yeah. What are you giving me this movie?
Turn it off. Turn it off.
I quit you.
Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it.
But
no, she's pretty cool with that kind of
yeah. But go ahead.
No, I mean, this movie doesn't even have anything that bad in it, but I mean, it still deals with those subjects, and it does have, it does have some stuff in it that you hadn't seen in films up to that point for sure, probably, but it's tame by today's standards in some respects.
I get you. That's what it's like. Like I was saying, it's just I don't know why I always thought John Waters, because I've seen that poster and I always just imagine John Waters for some reason.
It does. So, you can definitely, it does have a John Waters streak in it for sure.
So yeah, I'll check it out. And like you said, like Cynical says here, he says, I've seen quite a few movies I never would have because of Tom. I trust his recommendation.
It's not a traditional musical either. I mean, there's some aspects where they'll go into like a song for the story element of it, but majority of the music is just them performing it at the different locations. Like the song itself doesn't actually break out of the story per se, but it is still a part of it. It's really weird. It's hard to explain, but it rolls really well because like it kicks off and you're like, you just kind of belt it into this. They just start a song off and they're at this like little buffet place. So they do the whole entire song before you know anything of what's going on. And then you kind of start to get into the story and stuff. And then, then another little set piece built off of a song. And then it just kind of goes from there. So yeah, I mean, and they do a really great job with it. It's hard to explain without actually seeing it. But yeah.
I did. That's always the hardest, like trying to explain a movie that you can't really explain because you have to see the movie. If you're expecting
like a musical where people are just sitting there talking and then all of a sudden they break out into song, it's not one of those.
I get you. I'll check it out, man. I will.
No, 99% of the music is them singing a song and then the story kind of comes out of that song kind of thing. Or just before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. It's kind of like listening to an album in a weird way too. Because the music is great. That's the one thing I bought.
Kind of like a live concert album type
sort
thing.
of, but yeah, you get the little stories in between and all that kind of stuff. But I used to find myself, I used to listen to the soundtrack, and then I found myself just throwing on the movie in the background because just had all the songs anyway in it, and then you got the little story bits in between, and it became one of those movies that I've seen numerous times, and I used to watch it quite often with like Rocky Horror and stuff because I ended up having some friends over watching Rocky Horror. I'm like, you haven't seen this yet though? Oh no, I haven't seen it. So I, introduce some friends to it and stuff like that too. So, it was just always one of those kind of movies. And I had the screener copy and I had the video and then I had the DVD, and the DVD disappeared on me. And then I didn't have it for years. So I was so happy when Criterion announced they were putting it out. I'm like, God, I thought the world forgot about this movie. Like if anything, I thought it would have came out during the revival with Doogie Howser, but they didn't do nothing then with it.
Oh, yeah,
that was already almost like 5-10 years ago. So yeah, no, I'm not kidding. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was interesting. That's cool though.
That was like the first thing he did after the How I Met Your Mother show.
Yeah, it is. I think I remember hearing something like that. I don't know.
He was on a bunch of talk shows, and he did a couple of songs here and there. Most you wouldn't even really recognize because, like I said, his version of it was much more glammed up than the version we got. Because in Hedwig, the one who's the most glamorous is Hedwig, and that's like barely like you saw her in the trailer. Like that's the most decked out she is. Yeah. Now Doogie Howser's version is like sweet transvestite times 10, and it looks crazy. I watched the clips.
You went a little overboard, huh?
Yeah, I watched some of the clips. I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to see this version.
Cool. But like, hey, if anybody was looking for a new musical, Hedwig. So we'll have to check that one out. I guess I'll move on to me for my last pick of the night.
Final pick.
Final pick. It's the final pick. I'm positive Runner has never seen this. Tom, you may have seen this.
Twice.
It's my final of my Kino Lorber things I got from the sale. I really like this movie. It's a really cheesy, over-the-top movie, but I love it. And that would be Retroactive, starring James Belushi and Kylie Travis.
No, I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, this movie. I love this movie. It's I'm going to be doing a review of this on my channel probably by this weekend, but I wanted to bring it on here. It's a sci-fi thriller. All right, I'm going to run it down a little bit because I don't want to spoil too much of it, especially for people who have not seen it.
When did it come out?
1997.
Okay, so it's a little bit later in his career.
Yeah.
All right, so it's probably one of his straight-to-video ones.
Yes, I believe this was a straight-to-video one. It stars James Belushi, Kylie Travis, and Frank Whaley. If you don't know who Frank Whaley is, have you ever seen the movie where they get locked in the Target store from the 80s?
Yeah, the Career Opportunities.
Yeah, Career Opportunities. It's
he's also in, if I remember right, he's in Swimming with Sharks as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Or not Swimming with Sharks. The which one am I thinking of? I know who he is. I know exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, so he's in it too. All right.
Yeah, he's in it too. Greeting Cosmic Squirrel.
Yeah, he was in Swimming with Sharks, I think.
Yeah. So Frank Whaley, his character, this takes place in Texas, and he's created time travel, right? So he has like this little pad where he sends back this mouse 10 minutes. He can only get like 10, 20 minutes. And everybody, the mouse.
Maybe I have seen this.
It might have when I explained it a little bit here. Whoever can go back in time will remember everything, but everybody else will forget. So it's sort of like Groundhog's Day a little bit. Right. So,
well, doesn't it kind of deal with the whole paradox issue of you can't go back into your own past and stuff like that? Like,
no.
Not like that. Okay.
No, it never really gets paradoxical. It's pretty much a straightforward, cheesy, like action, over the top action flick.
What was it called again?
Retroactive. And like I'm going to be doing a review on my channel here, so this weekend for anybody who wants to see it. But I wanted to talk a little bit about it here. So like essentially, this woman, she's driving. She was a Chicago psychologist who worked for the like hostage situation, and she lost a bunch of hostages. So she's coming back to Texas, her hometown. Her car breaks down. James Belushi is this basically a small town Texas thief he's a freaking madman. He hams it up so bad in this movie. It's freaking awesome. He's hilarious. He literally makes the movie. So he picks her up off the side of the road with his wife, and like each time he ends up killing his wife, and then this like shit breaks down, and so it's like she runs out in the middle of the desert and she finds the building where Frank Whaley is and where he's working, and she ends up getting on the pad on accident and sends her back in time 20 minutes. So she kind of keeps trying to stop James Belushi killing his wife over and over. And it's got other people in it too. It's got what's his name? What is his name? Emmett Walsh is in it. So he's pretty good in it. And it's like, so he's basically, she's just reliving this, trying to stop him from doing this crazy shit that he does the whole movie. And it's just like the action keeps getting over the top and the explosion keeps getting bigger. And like, so it's like a really good, interesting, like type thriller 90s flick that I don't know what it is. I just really love it. It's crazy. And James Belushi, he legitimately steals the movie. He is the best part of the movie because he just goes so crazy over the top being the villain that it's just like, it's funny and scary at the same time. But yeah, that's pretty much what about. There's like no paradoxes or existential crises or anything like that.
Well, like I'm trying to remember how, maybe I've seen it, maybe I haven't. Maybe I'm thinking it with another movie too. But yeah, I'll check that one out. Yeah,
it's not bad. I got it from the Kino cell. It's great. It's a great flick. I don't know what it is. I love it. It's cheesy. You know, I love cheesy bad movies anyways. So yeah. Cynical is called Retroactive. So yeah,
Kino always finds more shit for me to buy.
I know, and to be honest, that was my last of the Kino one. But I was on Kino the other day, and I found like 4 movies.
When's your next fucking sale?
So that's what I'm waiting on too.
I still got a fucking truckload in my shopping cart yet.
Yeah, I got 4 movies, and 2 of them are James Belushi movies. I found I wanted to watch after I watched this. So, but yeah, this is and you know what's funny is the woman that plays, this is here a bit of trivia for you. The woman that plays James Belushi's wife in this is the woman from Me, Myself, and Irene that Jim Carrey breastfeeds from. So
interesting.
Yeah. So it's like this weird movie's like Groundhog's Day meets time travel meets like this straight to DVD thriller type movie. So it's really good, and it's like this small Texas area, and like this woman just so badly she's trying to, since she can't fix what she lost, you know. Because, and speaking of which, here's a woman power movie where it's actually where she's feminine and she can fight, and you know, she could get beat up by James Belushi, and she can beat up James Belushi. So it's not like Tom just showed us a movie like Hedwig. This movie is very much in the vein of something like that too, where it's not in your face about it, you know. So like she just wants to make up for the loss of hostages in Chicago, so she keeps trying to go back and save everybody, because like each time she goes back, more people die. So it keeps getting crazier. So until finally they have to, you know, figure it all out. Yeah, I'm sure it's on YouTube. It is. So yeah, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun watch. It's nothing that's gonna like set your world on fire or anything, but it's a really fun watch as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that was my last pick and my last Kino for the night. Like I said, I'm sure Runner has no idea or never seen it.
No, of course not. I got a question. You know how long the Steelbook sale is going on for Shout?
I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I think it ends maybe this weekend.
Oh shit!
Didn't isn't today the first day of the Vinegar Syndrome sale? Or is that next week?
Yeah. Oh no, I think it's next week.
So the 27th or the 17th? I can't remember.
I think it's the 27th.
I think you might be right.
Yeah, because my birthday is this Saturday, and I was hoping that it would come on this week, but it's next week. Yeah, it's the 27th. Yeah. So yeah, and then also Arrow is having a sale on certain films. I can't remember which ones.
Yeah, I got some Arrow stuff I want to get. Is it going to be 4K?
What website are those?
I'm not sure. I saw it earlier, but I didn't really click on it. It was some like cult films from Arrow. Nothing. I don't know if it's had any 4K, but some like 15-25% off or something. So yeah, there's that. And yes, it is a very ridiculous, over the top action 90s flick. You'll like it, Cynical. You'll like it. But yeah, I think that's about the only sales that's going on.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah, that's all she wrote. So that's all the sales that's going on. And thanks for hanging with us. Thanks you for showing up, Tom. I know, I figured you were probably sleeping.
Yeah, I slept right through my 2 alarms even. So, and I literally woke up like an hour later than I'd planned. So clearly my body's like, nope, you need that extra hour of sleep. So sorry about that, peoples. I would have been here sooner, but that's all right. I didn't have much to share this week anyway. So.
Me neither. That's why I brought like some of the stuff I've been sitting on a while. But I should have some newer stuff coming in the next week or so, because it's my birthday. So I have some stuff to share with you guys.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you, Runner. Thank you, Tom. Hail to the chat. Cosmic Squirrel, Cynical, Random Brad Creator, Corleone Rogue. I'm trying to make sure I get at least HVP, Brian Barth, Dan Blackroyd. I still that joke. Victor Fontaine. And if I didn't say your name, I do apologize, but thank you for hanging out with us. Maria and lovely Sherry. Thank you guys, and hail to everybody that was watching.
Yeah.
Any final words from anybody?
Kumquat.
I love it.
I found out they're little oranges. I wasn't sure if they were little orange grapes or little oranges. They're citrus, so they're basically little.
I love the little squeak afterwards. I don't know
Yeah,
where
that
that came
was
from.
She
It's
found
like,
her burger.
kumquats, squeak.
She found her burger.
There
Yeah,
you
you want to play with your burger, don't you? Turkey.
All right, man. But thank you guys for hanging with us. I hope you guys enjoyed as always. Remember to like, share, subscribe, sub to Runner, sub to Tom, and
How you doing? Bitches leave.